Hey everybody, it's your good buddy 650E here, and today I'm at Sills BMW, and we're going to talk about BMW's first entry into the Harley-owned bagger segment with its new K1600B. And the B is not for Bravo, it's for bagger, right, Dominic?
It is. The B is for bagger. The K1600 model came out for BMW in 2012.
Okay.
It's essentially the same engine and drivetrain and front suspension that was on the K1600 GTL and K1600 GT.
Okay.
The engine's putting out 160 horsepower, 129 foot-pounds of torque.
Oh, wow.
The nice thing that they've added for the bagger here that wasn't on the previous generation models is you have Gear Shift Assist Pro.
Oh, yeah.
You have the ability to shift both up and down without utilizing the clutch.
Nice.
And you also have a reverse.
Oh, wow.
This. So they went back to the reverse that they haven't had since about 2009 on the K1200 LT.
Okay.
Bike has all of the same amenities, Sirius Xm Radio. You'll get a free 12-month subscription to Sirius Xm. At around the 10-month mark, they'll be calling you from about 50 different telephone numbers to renew your Sirius Xm subscription.
Okay.
You have the ability to raise and lower the windshield. Bike is keyless ride.
Yeah, I was going to say, you just push the button and it just fired up.
Yes. So like many of the Harleys, essentially you have a proximity key. So as long as you're in proximity, you can fire up the bike, head off, and the push of a button essentially. This guy comes up. They do sell their own navigator that locks into this position here, and then when the unit is down here, it's secured, because as soon as you turn the bike off, the windshield will go down, and that'll essentially secure the GPS, and so it'll be at least some theft protection from maybe a 10 or a 12-year-old kid anyway. Outside from that, they could certainly still take it off. Again, it is a bagger, so for all of the pirates out there that like to be riding in kind of a gynecologist chair position, this is the bike for you, because you do have floorboards as well. You have engine guards that are underneath, so they double in terms of space and function. Because you have engine guards underneath, these guys will come up then as you're cornering. Okay. You do have the ability to remove these if you want to be riding in a normal motorcycle riding position, and you can actually have pockets in the front of these, and you can actually hook up your phone or Apple product directly in that position. Otherwise,
so it has central locking, I see.
We have central locking. And we now have a pocket that's in a little bag here.
Oh, cool.
That now has a USB port and a 3.5 jack. And then BMW will charge you about an extra $79 for a cord. That'll be a USB and a 3.5 jack, and the opposite end will be a proprietary Apple connection. Okay. So essentially, you could hook up your phone and charge your phone while the bike is moving, and then you could actually access your address book when the GPS is in, because it's all Bluetooth paired.
Yeah.
And with a Sena or a Scala Cardo headset or BMW's headset that they're shortly coming out with, you could actually make phone calls and hear your GPS instructions then by way of Bluetooth.
Oh, that is cool.
Shaft-driven exhaust is all stainless steel. Brake and clutch lines are also braided stainless as well. Nice. They did omit the center stand on many of the models, but that will be an option, though. This particular bike doesn't have it. The other small downside for some guys, though, is that the bags are non-removable, though. What you have, the back of the bike has the integrated turn signals and brake lights are in the back of the bike, and so with the wiring, then they are in fact non-removable. Okay. So it makes for somewhat of a wide body rear end there. That's correct. The headlight is articulating as well, and it's also self-leveling. So it's basically on a gyroscope. So when you turn the bike left, the headlight turns left, and you turn it right, and it turns right. Oh, that is cool. BMW Adaptive Xenon.
A lot of this technology, did it come down from the car side of a BMW?
Some of it has, and again, a lot of it for this particular model has been out, really, to be honest with you, since 2012.
Okay.
It's about 90% essentially the same bike as what a GT or a GTL was in 2012. They've refined a lot of things, but again, in terms of the really nuts and bolts of the machine, the horsepower, the motor, it's really the same as it was in 2012, though.
Gotcha.
But the good thing with that, though, again, it's a proven platform. It's been around for years. We've never had any issues with these bikes outside of the switch gears for a couple of models, and 12s and 13s in particular.
It's got LED integrated turn signals up front as well.
Correct. And you have auxiliary lights that are at the bottom that are also LED. They're driving lights as opposed to fog lights.
Okay.
Like all the BMWs, interlocking brakes are standard since 2012. They're partially linked. So when you gauge the front brake, it gauges both the front and the rear brake is completely independent of the front.
Oh, that's awesome.
The wet weight on this bike is right about 741 pounds.
Wow.
So it's pretty lightweight in comparison to many of the Harleys that are out there.
Very nice. And then we have a Baron Von Grumble fan that just pulled up. My good buddy Bob here, sporting the Baron Von Grumble sticker on his helmet. Awesome. We got to get him a 650.
Only because you don't have a sticker.
Yeah, I was going to say we got to get you a 650 Eve sticker. And look, he's on a Motorsport S1000 RR, brand new bike, 2017 model. I was here when he first got this bike, and it looks remarkable. This, just so you know, is my favorite color scheme for the S1000 RR. I own two Motorsports, and my HP4 is very similar. But guess what? Season 2 of the new bike build series is coming, and we're going to have, you heard it here first, a 2018 Motorsport S1000 RR that we're going to build up and give away to one of my awesome Patreon supporters. So stay tuned for that. But today, we're talking about the brilliant K1600B as in bagger. This is an awesome motorcycle. Dominic here has been giving us a lot of details about the bike, and my good buddy Bob just showed up. Bob, what do you think about this bike? Have you ridden it yet?
I don't know. It's like a Harley. I don't know.
Okay.
I don't think I would want to ride it.
Oh well.
Look at that thing.
There's a big difference, right? I get that. But yeah, but what we're going to do here at Sills BMW is the first 20 people that come into Sills BMW and mention 650E bagger will receive a free BMW K1600B bagger t-shirt. Yeah, pretty awesome, huh? Just walk on in the door, and I mean, you might see Dominic here or somebody else just mention 650E bagger for your free shirt. So I'm about to go ahead and take this bike for a test ride and give you my opinion of it. We just got a lot of information about the bike from our good friend Dominic, so stay tuned and see what I think about the new K1600B. Hey everybody, it's your good buddy 650E here, and today I have the distinct privilege to be riding the new BMW K1600B. And if you didn't know, B is for bagger. Yes, this is BMW's first official bagger motorcycle, and it's meant to take on the Harley-Davidson motorcycles head on. Yeah, and this will be my first time riding a bike like this. Very big bike, cruiser type motorcycle. My initial thoughts, I've only been on it for about a mile or so. It's very nice. Very nice to be on the highway and just relax and cruise on a motorcycle like this. This motorcycle has a 1.4 liter inline 6-cylinder engine, and boy, you kind of need it because it weighs 741 pounds wet. Yeah, that's about twice as heavy as the new BMW HP4 Race. Believe it or not, this motorcycle has quick shift assist and, my favorite, auto blipper. Yes, they put auto blipper on the K1600 bagger, and it's not on my 2013 HP4. Go figure. Aside from that, I'm in a lot of traffic right now here, and this bike is pretty nice. Of course, it's not as agile as a sport bike, but it's not meant to be. It's meant to cruise on the freaking highway and on the city streets in comfort, style, safety. This bike has ESA, electronic suspension adjustment. All the blipper works great. It can maneuver pretty well. As you see, it cuts through traffic without any issues. You know, initially I didn't know how I'd feel about a motorcycle with an audio system, but this bike has Sirius satellite radio, and I'm listening to Shade 45 channel, my good buddy Eminem's station here on Sirius, and it sounds great. I've got it turned up, and even cruising at the highway here, 65 miles an hour, I can still hear the system. Now you can get an upgraded audio system for the K1600B if you want, but this one would probably be just fine for me. You can also get different handlebars on the bike. You can get forged handlebars. You can also get an Akrapovic exhaust system, forged wheels. You can really jazz this thing up. But as it sits, it's roughly $25,000, which isn't bad, considering a Harley similarly equipped to this would cost you a lot more. And this bike also has a 3-year, 36,000 mile warranty. Oh boy, it scoots. It takes off. I almost feel like it could wheelie. It's a demo bike, so I'm not going to try to wheelie, but I think it might have the power from its 1.4 liter inline 6. I guess this is one of the motors that BMW uses in some of their automobiles, except they add a turbo to it. So you know, some crazy fool out there, my good buddy Brock, or somebody like that, is going to add a turbo to this bike and turn it into a 6 Savage. It has various riding modes: dynamic, sport, comfort. I'm in dynamic mode right now, where it's sensing the road conditions and adjusting. Again, something else you're not going to find on a modern Harley, or any sort of Harley for that matter. Now I usually take this corner at ridiculous speeds. I'm not exactly sure how the K1600 will handle it. Not bad. That was at about 100 miles an hour. This thing can handle very well. This thing just floats down the road. Excellent power delivery from the inline 6. We're going to test the braking here in a little bit. Okay, well, we'll figure out reverse in a minute. Oh boy, now you know that's what I love. Say your prayers, Harley owners. You will not be able to keep up with the K1600 bagger in no way, shape, or form. Unless your Harley has nitrous, a supercharger, or a turbo. The K1600 bagger is an awesome, awesome bike. There's a Harley guy. Oh, he waved. That was actually a Goldwing person, but at least they waved back. Okay, so I'm going to jump back on my HP4 after riding the K1600 bagger, and boy, I should just prepare myself for the difference in riding styles, speed, comfort, and all that. Going from a bagger motorcycle to a super sport. But this review was courtesy of my good friends at Sills BMW here, 1901 Brook Park Road, here in Cleveland, Ohio. The only place to purchase, and most certainly the only place to have your BMW serviced in the Cleveland, Ohio area. Yeah. Let's see. Wow. Instantly, I feel the difference in weight. Agility. Oh. Suspension. Wow. Huh. And this seat feels like I'm sitting on a brick compared to that bagger seat. I can definitely see myself getting a bagger style motorcycle in the future. Just to tour around the country and stuff and have a good time, you know. I'd still keep my super sports. So go ahead, if you like the video, hit the like button, subscribe to my channel by clicking subscribe. New videos are always uploaded to the 650 EV YouTube channel. More motorcycle and car reviews are coming. Stay tuned for that, and as always, thanks so much for viewing.